Unless you're collaborating or working on a project, I think using a digital task list like Trello or Asana is counterproductive. And I've stopped doing that entirely. Now, I'll tell you what I'm doing instead, but let me explain. I work in IT. I understand there's a bunch of stuff that needs to get done. Stuff is relying on other tasks. Your team has a bunch of stuff to do, but you also individually have stuff to do too. The problem with putting your tasks on something like, let's say, even Google Keep or Asana, somewhere digitally, is that you can close the tab, or the tab's not always open. You can close the application. In your digital space, it can just become one of many tabs, and it won't be front and center. You will lose track of it, almost definitely. Hell, even outside of work, in my Google Calendar, I have 5 pending tasks. A few of them are like a week or more old. Like, they can just get lost. And to be fair, some of these need to be just removed in general because I'm not doing that. And when these lists are digital and they can just be hidden in the background or whatever, they also stay in your brain too. You'll be thinking, oh, I got to do this thing. I got to do this. I got to remember to open that tab and check the list and stuff like that. The list itself becomes another task item on your list, believe it or not. And for me personally, me having to keep track of all the tasks I need to do in IT mentally, it bothers me. I don't like it. It takes up too much of my brain's bandwidth. I don't like doing it. So what I did is, this has been a game changer for me. I went back in time and I'm using this ancient technology called paper and pen to keep track of my task list. Now I know some of you guys are like, I'm gonna click off. This guy's bullshitting right now. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Let me explain why this is superior to basically any digital task list. You can write down what you need to do, put it on your desk, and it will be on your desk. There is no way for this to be hidden in a tab. And if you're in tech, you don't have a bunch of papers on your fucking desk. Let's be real. All your shit that needs to be signed or looked at, whatever, that's in email form. So don't bullshit yourself thinking, I can't have stuff on my desk. It's gonna get covered in paper. Stop, don't bullshit yourself. This will be basically the only thing on your desk besides the docking station, the mouse, and the keyboard, maybe, your water. So it will always be in view. It's not like, I forgot to check the tab, this task wasn't done. No, this has been on your desk the whole day and it's been in your view the whole day. Now for me, I mentioned before, remembering this, even having to remember the digital task list takes space in my brain. I have to go check that. And now I put the task list for me personally on the paper. Now, like I said before, if it's collaborative or something like that, then yeah, in just existing in like a digital form, Ticket or Asana, whatever, that can be helpful. But if it's literally just your stuff, put it on pen and paper, because then it won't be in your head. This has been my philosophy since I started doing it. If it doesn't come to me straight in an email, like, hey, blah, blah, this is happening, or if it's not on this list, I don't think about it and I don't care about it. It's cleared up a lot of my brain space. It gets all that shit out of my head and on paper. When you have all this stuff in your head, not only do you have to keep track of it, but you have anxiety about this like digital cloud of responsibility that you're keeping in there. When you put it down here, yeah, sometimes it'll look like, oh, it's a pretty big list, but oftentimes you'll put it down and you're like, oh, I mean, I could do that in like 7 minutes. This ain't too bad. This will be fine too. It puts it literally in black and white for you to see more objectively. So for me, it just makes me a lot more relaxed throughout the day, because unless it comes through an email or if it's on here, I'm not giving any mind, honestly. Now I will say some people, they want to take notes during Zoom meetings or whatever with this. I would say just fucking use AI for that shit if you need to. But let's be real. The meetings are not important except your action items. So you can just write down your action items on here, and then that's all you have to care about. Anything else, not your problem. You don't have to worry about, we check the meeting transcript and no. Just write down the list that you personally have to do, and that's it. Simple as that. It doesn't become another line item on Asana that you can just forget, because I haven't opened Asana in 4 months, because I just keep the shit I need to do on here. Like, who gives a shit about look, another tab open next to all the other tabs of work you have open. Here's another tab of work you have to then do in those other tabs. No, this is the work list. That's it. If you work in tech, it's also good to do something that's not digital as well. It just helps with your brain. When you're putting pen to paper, it helps you focus on that one thing in that one moment, instead of thinking, I'm typing a bunch of stuff and at the same time I'm looking at this email that just came in and these 8 other tabs open for this exact thing I'm typing about. When you got this, you just write, you focus on that for the moment. And then when you're looking at it as well, you're like, task, okay, this is the objective, and then you go for it. It simplifies it a lot. Now, what I also recommend for this paper task list is, instead of getting a book like this, little book to write this stuff in, I would recommend instead a notepad instead. Now, this will depend on your preference and everything. If you want to keep a list of everything and you want to reference it because it involves a project, and you want to keep track of, you know, some kind of audit trail of things you did, if one doesn't exist digitally, that can be okay. But for me personally, the tasks are miscellaneous. They could be anything. So by the time I fill up a page, because what I do is I don't have one page per day, because as you know, you work in fucking tech, things don't take one day. So sometimes they'll be on here for a week, right? When I fill up the page of things that have been done, or things that have mostly been done, I'll move over the task to the next page to have a, you know, more space. When I'm done, throw it out. For me, that's like a representation of, I'm done with this shit. I don't have to worry about it, period. For me personally, I don't want to keep this open and go, oh, look at all this shit I've done. Fuck this shit. Just focus on one page at a time. This is what I have to focus on. Do that, okay, done with the page. Rip, move over anything that wasn't done so you have more space, or just start a fresh new page. It's much easier. It's much better. I know some of you might be worried, like, oh, man, I haven't written with a pen since fucking college. My handwriting's dog shit. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I don't think there's a person alive who cannot read their own handwriting. Maybe if you look at, you know, something you wrote 10 years ago, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? But your current handwriting, you can always read because you're the one creating it. So don't worry about that. It's meant to be legible just for you, because it's just your list that you're putting out of your brain onto paper. Simple as that. Try it out for a week. I promise it's a game changer. Leave a comment if you've already converted to the Paper Master Race. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the newsletter. In the newsletter, and probably the description by now, I also have a course for tech workers, which, if you found this helpful, it's basically this in more detail and applied to every single part of my work life. It's meant to eliminate burnout for tech workers, because it's really hard for us to, you know, not take work home, especially when you work from home. And in that course is a whole bunch of shit I found that's helped me actually unplug, turn off from work, and create those boundaries that have made me feel a lot better. I don't feel like I want to, you know, eat a Glock like I did a year ago at a certain point. So, you know, check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.